So, hello students, I think we are live now. So, let me check if everything is working properly, then we'll start our session. So, let me check if everything is working properly. I think let me check again. Yes, it's working properly, students. So, let's start with the today's session. And the name of the session is RBI Grade B GK Digest. Right. So, let me just open it. So this is RBI Grade B GK Digest, and today we are going to do the analysis RBI Grade B GK Digest for the month of November. In this digest, we are doing the analysis of all that events and all the circulars, everything whatever happened in the month of October. So we'll start with the RBI's notifications in the month of October. There were just three circulars by uh, the investment infrastructure investment trusts were there, expanding and deepening the digital payment ecosystem and the revision in the reporting of those cooperative banks, right? So three notifications, and then some of that government schemes released in the month of October, really important. Then awards, honors, list of appointments, summits, and then that banking and financial awareness is there. We are going to do everything. I'm just going to summarize everything to you. I'll just take 20-25 minutes, okay, not much. Then one liner is there, and then there is a Kurukshetra analysis. I'm going to do the Kurukshetra and Yojana tomorrow. And then there is a current affair question bank that I have already done. So let's just start with that RBI notification. And the first notification is lending by banks to the infrastructure investment trust. So the very first point, what are infrastructure investment trusts? See, students, the infrastructure projects, it takes a lot of time. It takes sometimes 15 years, 20 years. So there is that mismatch of assets and liabilities. They need to pay back their loans. So there is a liquidity problem. So for that purpose, these infrastructure investment trust, they goes to the bank, and they borrow money from banks, right? Now there are certain rules regarding this thing, certain conditions that RBI has imposed. So these are the conditions, really really important. The bank shall put in place a board for the board approved policy on the exposure. So there should be a proper board approved policy, and those policies should be adhered, right? Should be followed. That one is important, and the most important point here is the bank shall only lend to those if an asset, if a loan by these infrastructure investment trust infrastructure investment these infrastructure investment trust, if there is one loan which is financial difficult, which is mentioned as financial difficult according to prudential framework for resolution of stressed asset, then further loans won't be given to that particular trust. And then if there should be a real time check on the working and the operations of these trusts. If they are facing difficulties, then no further loan should be provided. And then the audit committee of the board of bank shall review the compliance of the above conditions on a half yearly basis, right? So that's what it is. Not really important for the GA section, but anyway, we need to do that for the phase 2. So expanding and deepening digital payment ecosystem as per the RBI circulars, all the states and the UTs, they need to identify us. They need to identify a city or a town and make an endeavor, or a district, and make an endeavor to make it 100% digitally enabled within 1 year. So that's what about this particular circular. इससे ज़्यादा कुछ नहीं है. And revision in performa and reporting of bank branches details under the central information system for banking infrastructure. So after the PMC bank scam, जो पंजाब महाराष्ट्र कोऑपरेटिव बैंक स्कैम हुआ 4,000 करोड़ का इन मुंबई बेस्ड बैंक इट इज. सो उसके बाद द रिपोर्टिंग सिस्टम वाज मेल बेस्ड, ईमेल बेस्ड रिपोर्टिंग सिस्टम वाज देयर, बट नाउ the RBI has made it mandatory for that cooperative banks to follow central information system for banking infrastructure, the SISB. That's what the normal the commercial banks are following, and now the cooperative banks have to follow this system as well. So wo purane wala system they can't follow if they're opening a new branch or whatever the new things they are doing under this. opening, closing, conversion of branches, non-administrative independent offices, and opening new ATMs and all. Whatever the reporting system is there, so they need to tell this to. They need to report this via this new system, Central Information System for Banking Infrastructure. Remember this. This is really really important. Central Information System for Banking Infrastructure. Okay. तो I hope ये समझ आ रहा है आपको. Let's move forward. चलो, let's move forward. RBI की यही circulars हैं 3. But anyway, let's move forward to the government schemes launched in the month of October. Not exactly the government scheme launched, but एक update है sovereign gold bond scheme के regarding, right? The SGP will be issued in 6 tranches from October 2019 to March 2020. And what is important here is the bond will be sold via commercial banks, scheduled commercial banks, except the small finance banks and the payment banks, Stock Holding Corporation of India, designated post office, and recognized stock exchanges. So this thing is important. Who's going to sell the sovereign gold bond scheme? So if there are options, there will be A, B, C, D. And if small finance bank and the payment bank is in the option, so that would be the correct answer. That this one is not, the small finance bank and the payment banks, they are not allowed to sell the sovereign gold bond scheme. तो ये except लिखा हुआ है, यही question बनता है. The main features, the minimum investment is 1 gram, right? And the tenure of the bond is 8 years. ये भी important है. And exit option is there after 5th year. So it is really important. This one is important. Tenure is 5 years. Exit option after 5 years. ये भी important है. Minimum investment is 1 gram and the maximum investment is 4 kg for the individual and HUF and 20 kg for the trust and the similar entities. Okay. So this is also really, really important. These 3 lines are really, really important. Minimum limit, maximum limit, and the tenures. Okay. So the joint holding, in case of joint holding, 4 kg will be applied to the first applicant only. Second applicant पे उसका अलग से limit है. And the investors would be compensated with 2.5% of the annual return would be there. That is important. 2.5% का return है. And whatever the increase in price of gold, वो तो रहेगा ही रहेगा, right? Appreciation in the gold prices are there. That will be there. And these bonds can be used as the collateral for the loan. So very, very important. The next scheme, PM ASMI. I hope मैं जल्दी नहीं कर रहा हूँ, तेज से नहीं कर रहा हूँ. Still, it will be very helpful. You can do a video analysis of each month of RBI Grid B GK test in future. Yeah, I'll do that. Don't worry. So PM ASMI, who's the health minister of cabinet health minister is Harshvardhan. ये भी याद रख लो. He launched the PM ASMI scheme. Please remember the full form of the PM ASMI scheme. That is Pradhan Mantri Assured and Safe Motherhood Initiative. So this one is really, really important. What is the full form of PM ASMI scheme? Pradhan Mantri Assured and Safe Motherhood Scheme. And the scheme aims to bring down the maternal and infant death to 0 by providing quality medical facilities, right? And there are 3 schemes under this parent scheme. Under PM ASMI there are 3 schemes, right? So Janani Shishu Suraksha Karyakram, which provide free drugs and the diagnostic, and then free provision of blood, free delivery, free diet to the mother, and then free transportation, and Pradhan Mantriva Abhiyan, under which free antenatal checkups are provided by private medical practitioners, and Lakshya, which aims to provide the good quality labor rooms. So what can be the question in the exam? Exam में कैसा question आ सकता है? Which of the following is not part of PM ASMI? The one question is the full form of PM ASMI, and the second one is which of the following is not part of PM ASMI? Janani Shishu Suraksha and then Karyakram, Pradhan Mantri Matritva Abhiyan, Lakshya, these are the part of the PM ASMI. बाकी के नहीं है. Okay. The free medicine scheme by the tea garden, this was in the news. The government of Assam, they released it. What can be the question? Which of the following state governments release the free medicine scheme for the tea garden workers? The option would be West Bengal, Assam, Arunachala, wherever the tea gardens are there, it will be there in that options. So the free drug scheme, it will provide 142 essential drugs, surgical items, and consumable linens and all. Okay. So 442 tea gardens are part of it. Okay, and then add to this, the state government will provide the educational institutes, and a lot of good steps are there. But in this whole scheme, the Assam government, it's important. Okay, Surakshit Matritva Ashvasan Suman scheme. So pehla to what is the full form of Suman scheme? Surakshit Matritva Ashvasan. तो ये important है. Released by it is the who's that nodal agency, Ministry of Health and Family ये नोडल एजेंसी है, मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ हेल्थ एंड फैमिली इज अ नोडल एजेंसी, right? And this was launched on 10th of October. No need to go through that 500 schemes launched in the 5 years. So these are the schemes that you're going to find in the exams, right? So Ministry of Health and Family, they launched it, and the initiative is launched at the 13th conference of Central Council of Health and Family Welfare. इतना important नहीं है, छोड़ो. So under the Suman scheme, pregnant women, mothers up to 6 months after delivery and all sick newborn will be able to avail the free healthcare benefits. And what are the various benefits? Even that is important. 4 antenatal checkups, 1 checkup under Pradhan Mantri Surakshit Matritva Abhiyan, iron folic acid supplementation, tetanus, and 6 home visits and comprehensive ANC package, right? So what is important? In this whole lecture, I would say, what is important? The full form of Suman is important. Launched by the which ministry? That is important, I would say, right? So ये कुछ important है. Okay, so this is important, I would say. So Delhi government agreed to implement PM Kisan. So previously the Delhi government and the West Bengal government, they refused to implement the PM Kisan, which is a very good scheme. So PM Kisan Yojana was launched on 1st of February 2019 during the interim budget by the Finance Minister Piyush Goyal at that particular point of time when the Piyush Goyal was the Finance Minister. So now this scheme aims to supplement the needs of small and marginal farmers. So that's really important. This scheme aims at small and marginal farmers. Okay, तो ये पहला point याद रखो. This scheme is aims at small and marginal farmers. Landless farmers are not included. Large farmers are not included. So that's really important, I would say. The second one, the scheme would provide credit of rupees 6,000 in 3 installment. Total 6,000 rupee, 2,000 in 3 installments of 2,000 each. So direct benefit transfer hoga, and this is also important. And this scheme had a total budget of 75,000 crore, but now this budget has been increased by 12,000 crore. Now the total budget is 87,217.5 crores for the year 2019-2020. So I did a quiz few days back. In that quiz I made a mistake. I said 75,000 only, but now that has been increased to 87,270. So yaad rakho, please subscribe the channel so that in the future if there is any mistake you'll get to know about that. So instead of cursing me that I provided wrong study material, I correct myself, so don't worry. Okay, so the Telangana was the first state and they implemented this via Raitu Bandhu scheme. So West Bengal is the only state who didn't implement PM Kisan, and now अभी तो दिल्ली वाले भी मान गए. So I don't know दिल्ली में कितने किसान हैं. So awards and honors really important. So some of that awards are kind of very important. Sachin Tendulkar is a Swachhta Ambassador Award. He won that award. So Ben Stokes, he won the Professional Cricketers Association of the Year Award. So some of the awards are kind of really important. The Booker 2019 Booker Prize is really important. Margaret Atwood and the Bernarde Evaristo. So that's really important. I would say some of the People's Choice Award, the Spirit of Kerala, that is really important. Don's Award is important, I would say. Some of the awards are really important. The Nobel Prize, there is a separate table for that. That's anyway important. The Yes Bank got the Digidhan Mission Digital Payment Award. So that's also very important. So Kavita Gopal, President of India Prize 2019, she got it. So really important. Anyway, it seems like right now, it may seem like that whatever this table is, it's not that important, but every year there is 1 to 2 questions in that actual exam. aa jata hai ye. So this one is really important. I can assure you that there will be one question from this particular table. There is winner, there is award, and you should also know the reason for their work. I mean, I just forgot to mention it here, but it should be here. So for which work they got this award. So the winner, this one is personally, I would say who got the Peace Prize, the Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed Ali. So he got the Peace Prize. And for the economics, he's an Indian, Abhijit Banerjee. So that's why it's really important. So this whole table is very important. The Nobel Prize in the literature, who got it? Australian author Peter Handke. Nobel Prize in chemistry, Nobel Prize in physics, Nobel Prize in psychology and the medicine. So all these awards, all this list is very important. 1 mark is assured from this table. I can assure you there will be one question from this particular table, this small table. So please remember that free ka ek number hai. So list of appointments really important again. In these appointments, the most important part is this one, the Chief Justice. You need to remember the new Chief Justices. पहले तो Chief Justice of that India, you need to remember. Then the Chief Justice of some of the high courts have been, elected. So that's also very important. And Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh, Jammu and Kashmir. I mean, you need to remember that as well. वो भी यहीं कहीं होगा. यहीं कहीं list में होंगे. So new Punjab Lokpal, Justice Vinod Kumar Sharma. So really important. I would say President of Mumbai Cricket Association. ये इतना important नहीं है. Chief Operating Officer, CEO of Chief Marketing Officer of Yes Bank. So all these are really important. Chief Operating Officer of Mastercard. Last year Google का आया था. Who's the CEO of Google? So इस साल भी ऐसा कुछ आ सकता है. So it can be there in the exam as well. Other than that, I would say Executive Director of the IMF. So really important. So what else is important here? New CGA, JPS Chawla, new Comptroller General of Accounts, CGA. That's really important. Other than that, I would say Chief of the European Central Bank, Christine Lagarde. So that's really important. That was in the news. Please remember that. I would say that is really important. Even that one is important. New Law Secretary, again very important. Anup Kumar Mendiratta. So ये बहुत important है, कर लो. IBA के new chairman है Rajneesh Kumar. So that's again very important. So Pramod Kumar Das is the new CEO of UIDAI, Unique Identification Authority of India. So Saurav Ganguly is the new president of BCCI. Very important. So आ सकता है पेपर में. New president of that Indonesia, Joko Widodo. There is actually no need to remember that presidents and all that countries and all. Whatever is there in the news, it will be there in the exam. Okay. New Chief of Air Staff, Air Marshal Harjeet Singh Arora. So that's really important, I would say. Chief Minister of Haryana is that Manohar Lal Khattar. Okay, so that one is really important. Lieutenant Governor of Jammu Kashmir and the Lieutenant Governor of Ladakh, R.K. Mathur and the Girish Chandra Murmu. So ये याद कर लो यार. I would say very important. It's very important. Okay. And then the Deputy Chief, इतना important नहीं है. Secretary of Power Ministry and all these newly elected secretaries are really important, I would say. So I think that's all in that latest, that's all I think in the latest appointments. So list of summits, whatever held in that in the month of October. So if there is any doubt in your mind here, you can ask here. I mean, ज़्यादा interactive नहीं है आज, I would say. Please take 200 most expected. I did 108 questions I think 2 days back and उससे पहले भी मैंने करे थे. तो मैं वो तो करते जा रहा हूँ ना. I'll do tomorrow as well यार. ठीक है. Please give me the feedback. If you like the today's session, please let me know so that I'll be doing more sessions like this in the future. Okay. So 3-day India International Cooperative Trade Fair. It happened in the New Delhi. Who organized it? So that's really important, I would say. India-China Informal Summit that that was happened in that conducted at Chennai, so kind of really important. RCEP RCEP Intersessional Ministerial Meeting, 9th RCEP that was the 9th edition, so held in that Bangkok. So most of these summits are really important. First Global DXB Challenge that was held in the Dubai, so kind of very important. G20 Okayama Health Ministers Meeting, so they can ask it in which what is the venue of G20 Health Ministers Meeting in the 2019? So it will be Okayama City, Japan. DEFCON 2019 held at New Delhi. So please remember these. India's first India Sport Summit 2019 held at New Delhi. Ek Bharat Shreshtha Bharat. So one nation, one tag. Who organized it? Union Road and Transport Highways Ministry. I would say first India 41st DRDO Directors Conference again in New Delhi. Actually focus on the international ones, I would say. That's kind of really important. So this one is important. 33rd India Economic Summit again in New Delhi, right? And then that's really important. UCO Bank launched the UCash DigiLocker, right? So that can be a question in the exam. Who launched the DigiLocker? Okay, DigiLocker, that Sarkari DigiLocker is different. So these apps are different. UCash, who launched the UCash? The option can be United Bank of India, UCO Bank, Union Bank of India. So that can be there in the exam. So RBI reduces the repo rate. So these rates, please remember these rates. What is the new repo rate? That is 5.15. Reverse repo is 4.9. Bank rate 5.4. MSF is marginal standing facility is 5.4. CRR is 4% and SLR is 18.7%. So kind of very easy question, but it can be there in the exam. Exam में ऐसे question आ जाते हैं. So don't avoid these things. याद रखो, paper में आ जाता है. So Axis Bank launched a short-term online fixed deposit. It is known as the Express FD. It can be there in the exam. So without having a saving bank account, you can have an FD with that Axis Bank. So the Axis Bank would allow a customer to open FD account in 3 minutes through the digital mode without opening a saving bank account. So really important, customer can open Express FD by investing a minimum 5,000 up to 90,000 for a tenure of 6 to 12 months. Okay. So SBI launched a debit card facility with the EMI. So debit card with EMI. So really important. Which bank launched the debit card with the EMI facility? That is the State Bank of India. And the maximum tenure, the tenure is 6 to 18 months. So yeah, important है, debit card with EMI facility. That is the State Bank of India. And the ICICI partners with CSC e-governance services to reach the rural India, to bring that services, the government services, the services provided by government. Under this partnership, the people in the rural areas would be able to deposit, withdraw, or transfer money from their ICICI bank account, subscribe to term deposit and all those banking services, right? And that under this MOU, the ICICI bank will engage more than 3 lakh CSCs, okay, working at the last mile as banking correspondents, right? So ICICI bank partners with that, the government of India. So this is really important. Which bank partnered with the CSE e-governance service to expand the CSE services governance services in India? So that is ICICI Bank. So Bank of Baroda signs MOU with that Indian Army for customized services. So for providing the customized services, the Bank of Baroda signed an agreement. So really important, which bank signed an agreement with the Indian Army for the providing customized services. They'll provide the MOU include the overdraft facility up to 3 times of monthly net salary and some free personal accident insurance. So these are the extra services provided by the Bank of Baroda, a new kind of product. So SBI, Bank of Baroda squeeze the micro ATM transactions of other banks. So at SBI and Bank of Baroda, now not that important. Now less ATM transactions would be available for if you have the account for other banks, right? So SBI has launched the SBI Card Pay, right? But per transaction limit using this facility is rupees 20,000 and the daily transaction limit is 10,000. And Team Cashless India campaign was launched by the MasterCard. So that's really important. Who launched the Team Cashless campaign? It's launched by the MasterCard and the brand ambassador is MS Dhoni. And the RBI of India has stopped printing 2,000 rupee notes because उन्हें अभी याद आ गया है कि इससे black money और बढ़ती है. So on-tap authorization of payment system, that's really important. So 3 products, right? That Bharat Bill Payment Operating Unit, to open this, 100 crore of capital is required at all points of time. For TREDS, Trade Receivable Discount System, 25 crore of capital required. And for White Label ATM, 100 crore of capital required at all points of time. So this point is really important. That's all about the on-tap authorization. ये बहुत बड़ा एक circular है, but that's what it is important about these circulars. This much capital is required. So Meti Capital Hub portal has been unveiled by the Ministry of Electronic and the Information Technology. So Meti Startup Hub portal by the Ministry of Electronic and Information, यही question है. And the government has launched the Bheem 2. The new version is highly upgraded, supported 3 additional languages, Konkani, Haryanvi and the Bhojpuri. So this is important. The Bheem 2.0, it supports Konkani, Haryanvi and the Bhojpuri. So that's kind of important. It included the donation gateway and it increased the transaction limit for high value transactions by increasing the existing cap of 20,000 rupee and now it is 1 lakh for verified merchants. So ये दोनों question बड़े important है. So CBIC has launched a program to strengthen Make in India. Not that important. And the RBI has given final note for the setting of Kerala Bank. And the Kerala Bank will be formed by amalgamating 13 district cooperative banks with the Kerala State Cooperative Bank. So it got the node and they need to fill that compliance report by 2020. So that's really important. ये भी कर लो, मेरे हिसाब से करना चाहिए. So anyway, let's move forward. The State Bank of India has decided to charge processing fee on the home loans, top-up plans, and the real estate company loans. Not that important, I would say. So, this one is very important. The government e-marketplace GEM has signed an MOU with the Union Bank of India. तो ये याद रखो, with the Union Bank of India. Even with there are two, I would say MOUs. One with the Union Bank of India and another with the Federal Bank of India. तो ये बड़ा important है. SBI has reduced that. ये इन्होंने कम कर दिया. Not that important. And the government of India has launched that national e-assessment scheme, and this is about the taxation. ताकि there will be no face-to-face interaction between the taxpayer and the assessee. It will be all online, right? There will be an online project. And one important change by the SEBI has brought a new rule for that foreign, funds. If the fund belongs to a country which is not under the Financial Action Task Force, that is not legal in India now. Okay, according to HR Khan Committee, whatever that the funds are there, whatever the foreign portfolio funds are there, FPI, it should be located in that Financial Action Task Force countries. Okay. And ICICI has crossed that 3 trillion rupees 3 trillion market capitalization. Not that important. So that's, I think, and this one is important. 9.89% stake of that Bandhan Bank has been acquired by the HDFC. And Vriddhi Financial Services has received an NBFC license from RBI. Okay. This one is not really important. So that's all for today, students. Rest of the things we are going to do tomorrow. Okay, the monthly one-liner. This is the same thing that I have already done in my quizzes. But tomorrow I'll be back with the rest of the portion. With the Kurukshetra, I'll be doing monthly GK digest. I'll be doing. So 5:45, 5:30, I think. So tomorrow 5:30, come back again and follow me on Telegram. On Telegram, go to Bank Exams Today. Search for Bank Exams Today, and you can get the previous 6 months of RBI Grade B GK digest on BankExamsToday.com, and this one is paid, right? So it's available on BankExamsToday.com. Just go to BankExamsToday.com here, and all the list that I'm talking about, you can get them on Bank Exams. These are the list available, and here is that Bank RBI Grade B GK digest available. Okay, so that's all for today, students. Thank you and have a very, very nice day. Bye.